Alright, so he think he gonna drive my truck to his shop. That's how it does. It revs like that. Well, I don't know. He might make it though. That's he gonna rebuild my transmission though. We're gonna see how he do. I don't know. He said he'd get it there by revving, driving it like I told him to. I told him he'd be driving down the street with the RPMs high. I'm sure you'll hear that thing hit in a few minutes. Sounding crazy. Okay, well, my baby is gone to the transmission shop. Luckily, he only lived right around the corner, so he ain't got far to go. But we're gonna see what's up, man. But stay tuned. We're gonna get that transmission bust down. We're gonna bust it down, bust the transmission down, Tatiana, and we're gonna see what's up, guys. So stay tuned for it, all right? Peace. All right, man, we got the old school up here on the rack. They're gonna get the transmission pulled out today. 700 R4. Gonna come up out of there and we're gonna bust it down maybe tomorrow, the day after, but they got it over here. He said he had to pull it over here at a certain point because, you know, that thing, I ain't think he would make it either. So he had to pull it with a strap, but they got it over here finally though. So I'm gonna go over here and get this paperwork straight and be on my way. All right, we in the shop. He busting the transmission down. We're gonna tear it apart. Let's see what we're working with in here. This right here is my Mad Dog transmission. Don't have a whole lot of miles on it. I didn't drive the truck that much, but it gave me problems, unfortunately. That's why, guys, the best thing to do is get somebody to build local for you so that you can have someone local to talk to instead of someone to push you away. To the end. George Michael.
Alright, he's already got a Corvette servo in it. That little diameter right there.
Yeah.
Tells me that's a Corvette servo. That's a shift kit for second gear.
Okay.
It doesn't affect fourth at all.
Alright.
Because there's fourth gear right there.
Okay.
This is the governor.
Yeah. He was trying to
And
tell me that had something
you check
to
it
do
to
with
make
it.
sure it ain't loose. It ain't nothing worn.
So that definitely wouldn't have been anything to do with what you...
Your valve is dropping, so that would be shifting. It's a little scratchy right there.
Right. You know, when I first contacted him about that, he was like, yeah, take the governor out and something about adjusting the governor out.
No, it's not stuck.
Okay.
And he would probably want it if it was binding.
Right.
And it's not. There's your cleaner. It's not really in bad shape at all.
All right.
How many years old is it?
I put it in probably in 2015.
I think it might be your second gear band.
All right.
But that's second gear, and that's what you seem to have lost.
Right.
1-2 accumulator. There should be a spring in there. It is.
Right.
But it's a real sloppy spring.
Okay.
What year's your truck?
87. 87. You rebuild Duramax transmissions too, like Allison's and stuff like that?
I just take them out and put brand new ones in.
Oh.
Easier that way. Right. 3-year unlimited mile warranty.
Okay.
Parts and labor nationwide.
Oh.
I've done quite a few of them like that.
Yeah. So glad Buddy told me about you. I sure didn't want to take it to Fayetteville.
Well, I know Philip and Dean's are pretty good. My dad taught them a lot of stuff when my dad was really into it. But
Yeah. Something missing from this right there? Is that like broke or something like that?
nah, it's supposed to be like that.
Oh, okay.
Your plate's beat out real bad right there. See that plate and that ball beat out?
Yeah.
Beat that plate out. It actually cavitated it.
What do you think that means? That something
The
happened?
ball
on the
been hitting hard. Them balls and little check balls in there been hitting hard. They daggone mushroom that plate. That plate's gonna have to be replaced.
That's from the shift kit or something?
Could be from a number of things. See, you gotta understand. Yeah, see how big he's got these holes drilled right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that one too. And he's got them drilled. That's probably the 1-2 shift, the 2-3 shift, and there's another one. I don't know which one that's going to be. Was it shifting really hard?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to feel like a shift kit, but I don't want it to spin the tires going 5 miles an hour. More like a real positive shift like you get out of a new car.
One check ball in there. I don't know why you don't have that one in there, but that's okay. They did away with them years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they break. It's called a pigtail spring.
Yeah.
This is the 2-3 accumulator right here. You gotta check the shaft and make sure it's not wobbly. See, it's wobbling, it's no good. That
Right.
piston's no good. That thing's no good either. Okay, then you got 2 here, 1 here, and 1 there. Four balls. And he left that one in there. You never leave that one in. You always take that one out.
Yeah.
Take it out and throw it away.
Wow. Did that ball do anything to that right there?
No, that's the one that was hitting hard, but that ain't gonna hurt anything.
Okay.
That's inside the case, so nothing I can do to that.
Okay. Huh?
You might want to start the sprinkler.
Okay.
Oh, my window's down. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's your band. It looks good. That's your 2nd gear and 4th gear band. It looks good.
Okay.
Usually I thought that right there was going to be shattered out of there.
Right.
Because that does break. But it is a Kevlar band, and it's a Pro Series.
Okay.
Pro Series right there. That's the band I use.
All right.
This is your reverse drum. Reverse gear only. Yeah, they're scorched right there. They should be. You see your leopard spots?
Yeah.
It was slipping. Okay, that's what they're supposed to look like. That tan color?
Yeah.
And yours are burnt. Now the outside one down here, this one here should be the same color.
Right.
Tan. And it is, see there?
Right.
Man, things are hot.
Oh wow. Oh, he good.
Then now I'm going to pressure check this drum to see if it's bad.
Okay.
Oh, you're all right.
All right.
If it bubbles around here, I'm going to have to replace that drum.
Okay.
Ah! Shot me right this time. All right, we'll turn it the other way. So far, so good. That drum's good.
All right.
Damn, God, I hate doing that shit.
That's a good shot right there.
Okay, this is your overdrive clutch pack.
All right.
34th gear. God, that joke is hot. Yeah. Okay, they don't look that bad. As a matter of fact, they look pretty good. But they come in a kit, and those are high energy.
Right.
The dark color tells you they're high energy. The next one coming out is going to be your Ford clutch pack.
All right.
Yeah, oh.
Shit, no joke.
Okay, that comes on. This clutch pack here only comes on. You manually pull it all the way down in the first gear.
Right.
Okay, so you can see they've been slipping a little bit.
Right.
Okay, that's your Ford clutch pack.
Right.
They look good. They look brand new. You can see a little bit of scratch in here where some materials got in between the frictions and the steels, and some leopard spots right there. So let's flip that one over and see. Yeah, it don't look bad. It's a little slick. There's little grooves in there aren't as deep as there usually are.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't look too bad. They need to be shined up a little bit.
So no definite culprit to the problem yet.
Nah. Because the only thing coming out now is going to be low and reverse.
So what you think probably make it do what it was doing?
I don't know. It could be your torque converter. What time is it? 5 o'clock. I'm looking for a snap ring groove. Right there it is. Can you get up in there like that?
Yeah.
You can put it right here if you want to.
Okay.
Let's try to get that snap ring out of there. Good grief. Going, I had it all the way off.
That thing in a bit.
There it is. Okay, your planetary is a little wore out. That's your front planetary. It goes on, comes off second gear.
Okay.
That's reverse. reverse shell. Surprised he didn't put a hardened shell in there, but I mean it's not an extremely heavy duty shift kit.
I looked on this website. This way said hardened shells in it.
They put it's called the Beast. It's huge.
Yeah.
And they usually put them in 4x4s or drag cars or anything like that.
Right.
Okay, that's your reverse and first gear. They look pretty good. No smoking guns yet, Bo. I'm just checking for see if they're going to wobble. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, any of them check balls that probably was wearing that hole might have
It
been
could
getting
have
stuck.
been. Could have been not holding pressure.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Other than that, I could suspect the torque converter.
Yeah, I definitely want to replace it.
Oh yeah.
Torque, yeah.
Man, look at there.
What's that?
No, that's just anti-click. It's supposed to look like that. That's what my dad used to tell me one time. He said, "Wow, look at that." Okay, and I still haven't tore the valve body down and looked through the valve body. There's anything wrong in the valve body, but
Okay.
I wish I knew what kind of shift kit he was using. There's a valve that usually sticks on your throttle valve.
Right. That looks pretty good.
Other than that, I really can't see anything visibly wrong with it.
Okay.
I mean, I can still air check some stuff, but
Right. All right.
sometimes them little Teflon rings right there will tear and give you some hydraulic loss.
Right.
Because you've got overdrive, direct. This is forward gear all the time, first, second, third, and then this is your low reverse. They come on. That's the little bitty ones I showed you. These right here, the intermediates. They only come on when you go in, and they were slipping.
Right. Okay. All right. So the shift kit, it replaces all of this stuff right here?
No, just a regular kit, just a master overhaul kit replaces all that. The shift kit's in the valve body. The Corvette servo, that's part of the shift kit.
Okay.
And also in the front pump. Oh, let's check your front pump right now. Dale, you heading out?
Yep.
All right.
I got it all locked up.
I'll call you when I get out here in the morning.
Okay, bud.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yep.
Those didn't really seem as tight as they should have been. I think it's a stock transmission.
Yeah.
The only thing else he did was a Corvette servo.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't use.
Yeah,
I mean, the Kevlar band's normal. The
Hard
drum was normal.
Right.
He did beef that up right there. Well, he didn't beef it. He just replaced it. Okay, your pump's wore out. There's hydraulic loss right there. You run your finger across that, you can feel the pump's got to be replaced.
Yeah.
That could be hydraulic loss right there.
Yeah.
That, well, I wouldn't say that could be a part of you. That gear's burn up right there. It's got scratch marks where that was riding in that groove, cutting that groove inside that pump. So that's just called a rotor. Rotor guide, rotor ring.
Anything
And he did put heavy duty pump rings in there.
Okay.
But a rotor, yeah, it's 10 band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, put a 10 in there.
Anything that will cause it to ride like that and wear it out?
Piece of trash got in there somewhere. I was going to say, well, I can see another issue right there.
What's that?
The front pump bushing wore out. Shouldn't be that bad. It's all wore out. You can actually see the material where it's lost right there. Feel it right there, how rough that is.
Yeah.
It should be slick as a baby's butt.
Right.
So I could say that some of that got in here and got right around in there and wore it out. And your pump vanes.
You did have a filter in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see your pump vane, this ring ride's right there.
Yeah.
And that could be just a little bit of wear. It does have a little bit of wear. I had to replace them.
Oh yeah, I want you
Those rings right there are going to be okay.
Everything you got.
Here's another problem I see.
What's that?
I don't understand why he did it, but this is a heavy. See, it's black. It's black and heavy duty steel,
right.
And this is just a stock ring. Why didn't he put two of them in there?
Right.
Why didn't he put two of them in there?
I don't know.
And I can't remember if this one was down or that one was down. So really, the only thing I could do is check and see what valve he's got in here.
Yeah.
And he might have put a 500 bias valve in there. That's another part of the shift kit. But,
right.
Other than that, it just looks like a standard rebuild with just a few upgrades.
Okay. I gotta go back
replace the case bushing.
Gotta go back on that site and see what it's stage 2 supposed to have on there. It says stage 2.
Yeah, it couldn't be the Kevlar band, and this is the year you made. And you know what? This transmission, I've never seen. You can't read it. It says an 8 right there, but it doesn't look like it's a good solid number. That's where you get your year at.
Right.
I've never seen one that boogered up before. It does have an 8 right there, so that would be the year 88. Late.
Okay.
Okay, early will not have it.
Right.
88 late will, and that's the transitioning year. And
Okay.
you know, transmissions are always split by mid-year.
Right.
They always go from 7 to 8.
Okay.
From July, July is 7, so it goes July to June of next year.
Right.
That would be the year.
Okay. Huh.
That's how they. That's why if you say you call them up and they say, "What's your VIN number?" Because they're going to see is that digit on their VIN number going to be an 8, or
Right.
you can even look on the door. They'll say, "Well, what year 88?
Yeah.
Or what month 88?"
Right.
If you say 7 of 88, that means it's an 89.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the front pump being eat up, I would
Yeah.
say that's some hydraulic loss.
Right.
And that stuff could come out of the torque converter, but usually when a torque converter goes bad, it dumps a lot of crap. It dumps a lot of crap inside the pan.
Right.
And I'll have to check the filter to see if the filter might be loaded up.
Right.
That could have been another thing. You were starting robbing your transmission of the fluid going to it.
Right. Okay.
But you got to understand something. If a filter gets clogged up, where did the clog come from?
Exactly.
If all your clutches are not smoked, see this is a set of smoked clutches right here.
Right.
They're black, waffled.
Wow, they look horrible.
Look, there's your Ford clutch. There ain't even any material on that one.
Wow.
That was just wore slammed down.
Man.
That would come out of that. And this is the overdrive. This is third and fourth gear. Well, that's reversed. This is third and fourth gear. Look, the plates even beveled. It got so hot it beveled it, and it's supposed to be flat.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, that look horrible.
There ain't even no material on it.
Nope.
Dude, that's your 3/4 clutch pack. That's a common problem with the 4L60E.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that guy there, he burned that one up in 2 months.
Damn.
But then he also put 26,000 miles on it in 2 months.
Nice.
That little kid was driving the crap out of his car.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, there are some other things that I need to pressure check, and
Okay.
there's a little ball and capsule in there I'll take care of. That's third gear, but...
All right, this was awesome, man. I appreciate you letting me record and everything.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took me so long to tear it apart.
Shit, that was pretty quick, actually.
You've done as many as I've done, buddy.
I like, God damn, you tearing that thing right on down.
Then I'll throw it down 2,000. CVC, that's what it is.
I mean, it stopped.
It's Consolidated Converters Company.
Okay.
CVC, right there.
Yeah.
And that was 714 was when it was made.
Okay.
So 2014 when that torque converter was built.
All right.
And it's just a stock torque converter. It's something you'd put in a 1500 Chevy truck.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably a 16 to 1800 stall. That ain't nothing.
So you told me it had a stall on it.
Yeah, that is a stall. Factory stall is probably a 14 to 16. He just bumped up one to 16 to 18. Yeah, it's got a stall in it.
What kind you would throw back in there?
I'm going to go with a dynamic. I'll probably put a 2000 stall in it.
Wow, that'd be great. Yeah.
That comes out of a Corvette.
All right.
It'll be a little bit more stouter, but...
Okay. You think I should go up to the next stage for this? Or stay, I'll be good sticking with that?
Damn, it held up so far.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. I do like to manually shift it when I do drive, like sometimes manually shift
You
it.
do all the time. That's why your shifter's messed up. Hey, you might be able to bullshit somebody, but you can't bullshit a daggone transmission man.
No, the reason I do it manually because I thought that would make it not do the thing that it would be doing where it don't go in the second and the third, but at one point I realized that didn't matter too.
No, you need to fix that. Call. That's the only one they make them for.
All right, so I call EF5 Tech, make sure.
Yeah, just ask them to see. There's one for a Holly.
Okay.
Holly TV correction kit.
Okay. All right, guys.
And you can Google it and you'll see. I tell you what, go to Monster.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Monster.com?
No.
Monster Transmission there in Florida?
No.
Go to Monster.com and just go into their videos and see throttle correction plates.
Okay.
They have them too.
All right.
That's why I was wondering if you had it like that. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it was getting sticky on the shifts, because
Right.
that makes it shift smooth. And every time you do a hot rod or anything just like mine out there,
Yeah.
I took a quadrijet off and put a Holly on it
Yeah.
and put that plate on there. Well, before I did that, I drove it.
Right.
And I tried to adjust it where I liked it the best. And then about 5 years later, they will have a ball in that little bathtub right there.
Right.
And see, when you put this plate down on there, there's no hitting of it. That plate goes on like that.
That ball
That
beating that thing up.
bathtub is right here. There's only one hole, so you wouldn't need it.
Right.
There's not a hole there, because that's where that bathtub is at. You can see where it was at.
Yeah.
No, that's where that bathtub goes. In there. Okay, honey.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Starting to dig up some mason jars so you can get some money. Yeah,
Let me know how much you need,
right there,
whenever you
more
need
to
it.
them, have to replace that. And that's got a bad groove in it.
All right, so replacing that.
Yeah, and what they do on that is the shell that goes on here. This is a sun gear.
Yeah.
They make a bushing that's twice as thick as that. It gives
Yeah.
that a little bit more support.
Okay.
So I'll put that in there also.
Replacing this too.
Yeah, probably will have to.
All right.
Rare planetary.
Yep.
And they just rebuild them.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate
I'll
that,
be in
man.
touch with it. Hopefully I can get it. Well, I won't get it delivered tomorrow, but what's tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday.
Probably have the truck ready by Friday.
Really? Holy shit, that'd be great.
Yeah, I want your money, man. I don't want to have your truck down here.
Well, just let me know how much it's gonna cost me, and I'll bring you half whenever you want half, and the rest of it whenever you want that. Yeah. All right, guys, we're leaving the shop, man. You just saw him. He just tore the transmission apart. Man, he bust that thing down with the quickness. I was like, whoa. So he said he might have it ready by Friday. Today is Tuesday. We just busted down. We're gonna get the parts ordered, and we're gonna go from there. So as you can see, what he found in the transmission as far as efficiencies, whatever, not a whole lot. You say it's pretty decent shape. I got to look up to see what all is supposed to be included in that rebuild. So I'll do that when I get, and we'll just go from there. But I guess all in all, he finds it to be pretty decent condition. You think I told him I got about 20,000 to 30,000 miles out of it. Had it 5 years, and he said it sounds pretty decent for what it is. So, all right. Well, anyway, this is your boy C-Spec, man. I'll let you.